Welcome to Season 3 of Playing Around Wisconsin. By now, returning viewers know the goal, to play every single public golf course in the state of Wisconsin and share it with you. For those of you new to the channel, welcome to the journey. There will be lows, highs, great people, and most importantly, great golf courses. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this next stop as we play around Wisconsin. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Playing Around Wisconsin. Coming to you today from Osseo Golf Club in Osseo, of all places. This place has been around since 1920. My very first time up here, so I'm really excited to check it out. It's a beautiful day, Thursday afternoon in September. We're in all new white fancy duds in solidarity with the Green Bay Packers as they take on the Washington Commanders the night of tonight as the day of recording. So again, it's a beautiful day. I pretty much have the entire course out to myself, so I'm excited to check this place out and share it with you. So let's follow along and have some fun. Osseo is a super neat little town just off of I-94, and if you've ever been to or from the Twin Cities area, you've definitely driven by this town. If you haven't stopped by, hit up the Norski Nook for a pie. I strongly suggest it. The golf course is only 9 holes, although the scorecard indicates 18, just playing 9 holes twice, at 3,125 yards from the tips, not terribly long. When I got to the first hole, I could not find the blue tees for the life of me, so I just said, you know what, I'll just play the whites. Turns out they just hadn't reset them after mowing a little bit earlier in the day. All I had to do was look backwards. Well, not my strongest start figuring things out, or shots off the tee. A topped driver left me a lot of work left to try to get to the green in 2, or at least close by to it. So I was able to hit a 3-wood about pin high, thankfully. Not a great pitch shot, still giving myself a look at par. The first hole, like just about all the holes at Osseo Golf Club, are pretty flat and pretty straight, with, well, the exception of a couple of doglegs. Osseo Golf Club is only a par 35, with the only par 5 coming at hole number 2. This one is not a short par 5 from the blues, whites, or any of the other tee boxes if you're typically a gold or red, one of the shorter tee box kind of players. The hole itself is pretty wide open, with trees lining both sides of the fairway, and the fairway is thankfully pretty wide, so don't worry too much about a little bit of a spray here or there. Just keep in mind a miss left is going to be a lot better than a miss right on this hole. Again, being my first time out here, I really didn't know what to expect, but I was really pleased to see the greens were in pretty darn good shape this late in the year, outside of a few unfixed pitch marks from previous play earlier in the day. But everything rolled pretty darn true. It's just a shame I couldn't make a putt thus far. First chance at a birdie, gotta settle for a ho-hum par. The third hole at Osseo Golf Club is where some course knowledge will really come in handy. The trees on the left side of the fairway act as a bit of a deterrent for taking aim with your tee shot. I tried to place something right down the middle, and my typical high, weak right slicey fade put me in a bit of a tough spot with the out of bounds, or well, the red staked hazard on the right side of the hole. A miss left is going to be better than a miss right on this hole, so please keep that in mind. Try to aim to the left off the tee. Somehow I got a gap wedge above the trees that were on the right, gave myself a look at birdie on this short par 4. The first par 3 at Osseo Golf Club is I would say a pretty darn good par 3. Not terribly long, only 170 yards from the blue tees, but about 150 from the whites. You do have to play over some water to a very small green. The green itself has just slightly elevated from the rest of the turf around it, so getting this one to land and stick on the green is a taller task than you might seem. Happy to see a birdie putt drop finally. Haven't made a lot of those throughout the calendar year 2025.
Following up that par 3 is the first of two pretty considerable doglegs on an otherwise pretty straight golf course. This one is a sharp dogleg right, and no way was driver coming into play for me. Anything about 230 yards would reach the trees to the left side or through the fairway on this dogleg, so I was able to hit a slicey 3-wood, putting myself in position about 120 yards out. A chunky gap wedge put me a little bit too far short, not too thrilled with that considering its wide open look to the green. And the green itself is pretty sloped from back to front and a right to left bias. Who'd have thunk it? 2 birdies in a row? That's a rare occasion for me. I'll take it. 2 birdies in a row to another short par 4. I'm really feeling myself at this juncture. This dogleg left retraces the steps we just took on the last hole, which was, of course, a dogleg right. Typically, I'm a pretty high ball hitter, so I was confident enough to open up my hybrid just a little bit, hit it over the trees that are on the left side of the fairway, and put myself smack in the middle for a wedge up to the cup. I was really happy with the aim I had with that shot. Went right over the top of the flag, leaving myself a slippery downhill putt for birdie. Could I make 3 in a row? If you know me well enough, you know that answer is going to be no. It's hard to leave a putt like that short, but it really speaks to just how sloped that green is from back to front. The 7th hole, the second par 3 at Osseo Golf Club, is a little bit on the longer side from the white or blue tees. And with the green being a pretty much solid tabletop shape, this is another green that's going to be tough to hit. I had poor club selection at this point, leaving myself way too far to pitch up to the green. Especially with the tabletop, it was tough to put that pitch close to the hole. A very disappointing bogey after a solid stretch of holes, making sure I remind myself I am in fact human and nowhere near professional. Hindsight being 2020, I would absolutely pull driver on this hole if I had a chance to play it again on that exact day. Only 345 yards from the blue tees and 338 from the whites, there was no need for me to be too bashful and too shy. Get as much yardage as I possibly can. And this 8th hole being a slight dogleg right, not too crazy. The 5th hole is a much bigger dogleg right. A driver would be absolutely the only smart choice. Again, hindsight, 2020. Another big slope on this green, back to front, right to left. So on the back side of the green, I had a strong left to right breaker that was tough to keep close to the cup. Happy with a 2-putt, not happy with another bogey though. To finish, we have another straight par 4. 383 yards from the back tees, 373 from the whites. Nothing overly complicated about this golf hole. A pretty well start drive put me just inside 100 yards into some kind of gusty breeze. Did not hit a great shot up. Really disappointing to leave a wedge short from that short of a distance, but, well, again, like I mentioned before, I am only human. I am nowhere near a professional. Again, really feeling myself after 2 birdies in a row. Disappointing kind of a finish overall, considering how well I was striking the ball for the most part that day. Osseo Golf Club, what can I say? First time out there, certainly won't be my last. It's one of those places that's your one-stop shop in a super small town. Lots of excited Packer fans for that I almost said Redskins, that Washington Commanders game that happened later that night. But before you leave this place, be sure to visit the Veterans Memorial Park that's just on the other side of the parking lot. Really a special place to visit and appreciate. Thanks for the views, thanks for the likes, thanks for the shares. This would not be possible without your support. Hey, we'll see you next time.